Good morning, KubeCon. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Jabed. I'm from a company called Cortex, where I spend most of my time working very closely with engineering teams across companies of all shapes and sizes, from different functions, from platform engineering, security, SRE, infrastructure, IT, and so on, which puts me in a very lucky position to be in, where I get to learn from all of these people in terms of what are the problems that they're trying to solve, how do they go about solving them, what are they struggling to solve. And so today I'll be talking about how many of these companies are adopting a product management mindset to build better platform and drive developer experience. Should have picked up the slide advancer. So 2 themes to start with. Platform engineers build the foundations of engineering excellence. And the goal of product management is to solve customer needs in service of business outcomes. So by the end of this, we want to see how both of these practices converge to make for a better platform. But first, let's start by defining engineering excellence. So through all of these conversations, there's a very common theme in terms of what engineering leaders are tasked to solve and the business outcomes that they need to drive, which typically fall into the following 3 buckets. Well, start with 1. Unlocking innovation and reducing time to market. Lowering cost, increasing efficiency, improving quality and customer experience. So how does an engineering team contribute to and accelerate that? And that's where we start to define the 4 pillars of engineering excellence, which are velocity, efficiency, security, and reliability. Now, you'll notice that these initiatives translate very well to the different functions that exist across an entire engineering organization. But who is really in a position to connect and enable all of that? And that's platform engineering. Platform engineers build the foundations of engineering excellence. So let's now bring product management into the mix. But let's first look at some of the common failure modes. Where can it go wrong and what to avoid? Which are seemingly obvious things, like assuming customer needs or prioritizing outputs over outcomes, ignoring stakeholder ecosystems, ignoring user feedback, and, of course, trying to build too much at once. Now, whilst platform engineers are serving a very different customer, fundamentally, many of these pitfalls can still very easily apply. So if we now flip that on its head and bring the best product management principles to platform engineering, then we have platform as a product, where we anticipate developer needs. So instead of managing feature requests and asking what to build, it's a question of what's working and what's not. What are the bottlenecks that are preventing us from achieving those 4 pillars of engineering excellence? Designing for all personas. So developers have to satisfy many different stakeholders across the engineering team, many different functions like security, SRE, infrastructure, and so on. So can we build platform in a way that incorporates all of those teams and their needs from the get-go and gives developers a single entry point to satisfy everyone? Then, of course, prioritizing business outcomes. So are we focusing on high-impact pain points that came out of the research? For example, reducing onboarding time from weeks down to days, or reducing the time it takes to provision new services, or spin up new infrastructure. And then, of course, do we have the right feedback loops in place to communicate with our developers and build iteratively and deliver incremental value rather than trying to build everything at once? And of course, are we measuring success with the right KPIs and metrics? So whether it's using DORA metrics for understanding the technical aspects of software delivery performance, or space metrics for a more holistic view. And of course, adoption. Are developers actually using what we build? Are they getting value from it? Is it saving them time, or is it causing more friction? Now, companies are adopting this mindset using an internal developer portal, and they have complete visibility across their entire software estate through integrated catalogs for services, infrastructure, their teams for clear ownership. They're using scorecards to be able to measure those metrics we talked about in real time, set benchmarks against those, set standards, so that developers know exactly how to satisfy those cross-functional needs. And then, of course, providing safe self-service, so workflows to automate complex and manual tasks, giving developers time back to do what they do best, which is code. Now, this is of particular interest to companies who are looking to lower the total cost of ownership of their platform and drive a faster time to value for their platform, which just so happens to be what we help our customers with at Cortex. And so I know we've barely only scratched the surface of a lot of ideas there in the last 5 minutes, but how can we turn this into something more practical and prescriptive? We have a full handbook you can come and collect from us. We have a lovely team of folks who love having these conversations, so pop along. We look forward to continuing the conversation there. Thank you very much.